Well, one of the busiest junctions in Mumbai was shut down last night a few minutes before the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, was to exit the venue. What followed next, which was shown on Times Now yesterday, has added to what has already become a national anti-VVIP culture movement. Joining me now is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who was forced to apologize. Devendra Fadnavis, thank you for joining me. You have apologized for what happened yesterday. Did you see the pictures of what had happened, the way in which one of those people who was protesting was being assaulted by the police?
Yeah.
And what do you think about the way in which he was being assaulted?
Basically, I have initiated entire inquiry into incidents. The Mumbai Police Commissioner is doing the inquiry. He will submit a report to me by tomorrow, because there are multiple issues involved, like the traffic was stopped, few cars were not allowed to enter into parking, and when there were standing instructions from me, and also initially when I took over as a CM, I have given the instructions which are in writing to all the police commissioners and all the SPs that no traffic should be stopped while my convoy passes. That has already been there. Why the traffic was stopped, why people were not allowed, and why everything happened, everything is being inquired, and I have personally told the Mumbai Police Commissioner, who is inquiring into it.
Do you really expect the police to hold itself guilty? Why should the police? The police is the party out here which has made the mistake. Are they really capable of an independent inquiry?
I think they are, because the Mumbai Police Commissioner is a very responsible person, and if at all somebody finds that there is osh-posh or this report is manipulated, we can ask some third person to inquire. There's no issue about it.
No, but Mr. Fadnavis...
Let the primary report come.
No, but Mr. Fadnavis, what is, at a primary level, what is obvious to you here? What is obvious to me, Mr. Fadnavis, at a very primary level, is that it doesn't matter what your personal views on the issue are. With respect, you feel that you are against the VVIP culture, that's all right, but it doesn't matter. Because there is a mindset problem in our system today, Mr. Fadnavis, as you are aware. There is a mindset problem.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
You agree with me on that?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Because after telling all the police people and after issuing a circular that no traffic should be stopped, I have seen that at several places they stop the traffic. I even revert back. I tell them that I have already issued a circular that you should not stop the traffic. There have been incidences where I have actually come out of the car and told the person that why have you stopped the traffic when the instructions have been issued that no traffic should be stopped. So now it is normally well followed in Mumbai. It is well followed at Nagpur.
No, Mr. Fadnavis,
several other places I have found that they are stopping the traffic.
Can I say something here? Yeah. You see, you must understand where I am coming from. If you play the pictures and later when you see this interview, maybe you'll see the pictures. I was seeing the pictures. You were coming out, okay? You're coming out of your car. You saw that there was some activity outside. And this man was being beaten up and being pushed against a wall. This Sikh gentleman, young man, was being pushed against the wall. One of the policemen had his arm around his neck like this and was pushing him away against the wall. The entire purpose of doing this, Mr. Fadnavis, to me is to ensure that, that you as the Chief Minister don't get to see that man. Because you see, Mr. Fadnavis, in our country today, unfortunately, and I'm saying this to you, you are among the younger politicians, but a person who speaks up for himself becomes an eyesore for the police and the ruling class. So they were trying to ensure that you don't see that man. They were so worried that you will see that man that they were pushing him against the wall behind what appeared to be one of the gates, so that somehow you don't see that man. And later they were assaulting his father, a man who appears to be well into his 60s out there, assaulting his father. The young man is being pushed back, all in order to ensure that Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, does not get to see him. So I really feel here you should take strong action against the police. We have hundreds of letters I can send to you from our viewers who is saying that please take action against the police in this case. Because the way the man is being treated is just an insult.
I totally agree with you. Arnav, I totally agree with you, and we will take strong action.
Now, Mr. Fadnavis, my next question to you is this. You have apologized. You say you will take action. I would like to be assured when the action happens. My concern is not just with the specific incident yesterday, but as you rightly say, a mindset among the political class about VVIP treatment at the expense of the common man. Mr. Fadnavis, please be honest with me today. Will you condemn the governor of Maharashtra, appointed by the BJP government at the center and whom you know very well, offered his darshan on Saturday in Shirdi, while thousands of devotees were made to wait for more than 3 hours? Some were even asked to leave. 2 youth raised their voice when they tried to question the police. The police caught them and put them in a police van. Will you condemn the governor of Maharashtra for what he did?
See, I really don't know the incidents. I'll look into it, because governor is such a post that without knowing the incidents, I cannot condemn it. But I principally feel that everybody, whether it is from the political class or it is from the bureaucracy, or whether it is a sacred office like governor,
yes,
I think that we must, stick to the laws and normally do this. Only thing what I want to say is that there are certain people who really have certain threat perceptions. So if somebody has real threat perceptions, then he needs to be treated differently. But when there are no threat perceptions, I don't think that such things should happen.
Mr. Fadnavis, everyone respects a constitutional position, that of the governor. Though at a practical level, if you ask me, my own view, you can't say it, is that the position of governor is dispensable. That's not the point. My point is, before even a house of God, be in a temple, today we have VVIP lanes everywhere. All the people who avail of these are not, Mr. Fadnavis, they don't have a threat perception. You are among those, you did not want a strong security presence around yourself. There were pictures of you dropping your daughter to school when you took over as Chief Minister. This whole threat perception is used as an excuse very often to just get ahead in the line. So my question is, you must find out what the governor did in Shirdi, because...
No,
yeah.
No, I just want to tell you, at least in my state, after I took over as Chief Minister, what I did was I had entire security review. And my government is one government which has given all the powers to the Chief Secretary. Now, no powers are with the Chief Minister or Home Minister. And based on the threat inputs, threat perception, Chief Secretary decides.
So what is the threat perception?
He has entire committee of
what is the threat perception on the Governor Vidyasagar Rao? What is the threat perception on Governor Vidyasagar Rao that thousands of people, including elderly citizens, senior citizens and children, are inconvenienced while he goes first into Shirdi? I am asking you, can you take the VVIP lane off at Shirdi, the most misused lane in the country? Can you take that off at Shirdi as a starting point? Comes within your state.
I have commented separately on the Shirdi incidents of Mr. Governor, and I have commented this separately. That if a person has a threat perception, he needs to be treated separately.
If a person has a threat perception, he needs to be treated separately. Otherwise, nobody should be treated separately.
Okay, so
these are two different
but Mr. Fadnavis, you see, Mr. Fadnavis, you are saying in your state. Let me tell you what is happening in your state in Mumbai. 3 days back, on 2 occasions, Nitin Gadkari, your party colleague, totally ensured that all traffic was stopped because his convoy was to pass through. Tell me now, can you stop Nitin Gadkari, BJP leader Nitin Gadkari, Union Minister, from misbehaving like that on the streets of Mumbai? Because that will be the real test, Mr. Chief Minister, of how far you can go.
No, see, I don't know. Again, let me tell you 2 things. One is that he is categorized as Z+. And when the Z+ category is given to somebody,
so all roads
normally
will come.
The protocol mandates that...
Protocol does not mandate. Protocol does not mandate that streets are held up for his convoy to pass.
No, it's not. No. It's just regulation of traffic, and the traffic is regulated. At times, I feel that, as you rightly said, that it's about mindset, not just of the politicians, but also of the police. Because years together, they have been trained to, act like this. So maybe they also need to be sensitized that now it's not needed that every time
Fadnavis,
when a Z+ convoy
your Prime Minister Narendra Modi,
stop entire
our Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls himself a Pradhan Sevak, not a Pradhan Mantri. Now, I am asking you here, if it is found that there are VIP lanes at public places in Maharashtra, will you do away with them? Will you do away with them?
Pardon?
If it is found, if I can give you evidence that there are VVIP lanes, different roads for VIPs at public places in Maharashtra, if this channel gives you the proof, will you do away with them?
See, it will be based on, normally I don't think there are such lanes and there should not be. What normally now in Mumbai, what we do normally in Mumbai is that except for the Prime Minister, who really have a lot of threat perception and everybody knows it, that what threat perception he has, except for him, normally in Mumbai, even who
Mr. Fadnavis, I'm sorry, but all that you are doing is, Mr. Fadnavis, all that you are doing is you are condemning it, but on no specific issue you are committing. I don't want a condemnation, I want a commitment. My question to you is, do you feel that MPs and MLAs should start paying toll tax on national highways? MPs and MLAs. Okay, you can't do anything about MPs, but would you believe MLAs should start paying toll tax?
Just let me tell you that there is an act by which they are exempted. Now, if you do away with the act, they will not be exempted.
No, but so Mr. Fadnavis,
I think it's not about my personal choice. It's not about my personal choice.
I am aware of the act. Exemption from paying toll is under rule number 11 of the National Highways Fee Rules 2008. It's only a 5-year-old act. I am saying that's an unjust act. I am saying today, sir, I pay tax, you pay tax, right? You should be able to pay toll, I should be able to pay toll. It can't be a freebie. When people pay taxes and on top of that they pay toll, right? Then the politician should also do the same. I just want your view, because I'm trying to test how, are you willing to step forward and say MLAs should start paying toll tax?
I don't mind paying toll.
Not you, sir. Mr. Fadnavis, it is not about you. It is about the system, and I am checking whether you have the ability to push the system. What are you scared of, Mr.
About the system, it is not just me who can do it. It is a matter of the legislature. It is a matter of the parliament who has enacted the act. And if it wants to change the act, it can be changed.
You are passing
and
the buck,
after the act is changed, it can be done.
No, Mr. Fadnavis, 3 questions. See, first of all, on what happened at NSCI.
You are well aware, Arnav, because you are well aware, Arnav, that a single person cannot see.
You are not
when there is
a chief minister.
A single person cannot take the decision.
But you are a chief minister. You are a chief minister, sir.
Even the chief minister, see, even the chief minister needs to change the act.
No, okay, so can the chief minister...
The central government will have to change the act.
I'll try once more. Can the chief minister of Maharashtra promise people watching right now? And I am not talking to an individual, Mr. Fadnavis. I am talking to a very powerful politician who is the chief minister of Maharashtra. I am asking the chief minister of Maharashtra on behalf of all our viewers. Sir, A, and please answer my questions. Will you take action against the Mumbai police and the traffic police, not for inconveniencing the public, but for insulting the people with what happened at the NSCI yesterday? What I saw was a fashion show inside and people being harassed outside. I believe the way in which that young man was being beaten up in a way that he was an eyesore, so Devendra Fadnavis does not have to see him. Sir, I feel you should take immediate action against the policemen concerned. Will you promise me that action?
Yes, yes, action will be taken.
Okay, second question. Sir, will you, as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, not as an individual, as a person who people look up to, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, will you start an inquiry into what happened in the way in which the governor of Maharashtra, who you know very well, inconvenienced thousands of people, including elderly people and young children, for 3 hours while he and his family went to do darshan? Will you inquire into that matter?
I will certainly take note of it. I will inquire. But see, the office of the governor, you know, is a higher office.
So what, sir? It's a higher office answerable to the people.
And if anything is...
So what if it's a higher... Even if the President of India were to do that, we should oppose it.
Anything is done... No. See, for governor of Maharashtra, if anything is to be done, it is to be done by the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Will you
I'll take the information, and if anything wrong is done, then appropriate.
So you will write to the Home Affairs. You will write to the Home Affairs Ministry to initiate action in this case. Why buy peace? Why buy peace, sir? A governor is also answerable to the people. A governor is not a higher species.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. But for such office, without taking information, how could I promise?
So get the information, but you must. So because I am getting so many calls from people that you can be a governor, but you can't behave like a Maharaja, sir. The problem is with the Maharaja culture right now. Now, the third question is, will you ensure that people like Nitin Gadkari do not hold up traffic in the city of Mumbai in the way that they did? Please, sir, the very genuine question. It's easy to comment on a Congress leader. It's easy to comment on another party leader. I am asking you, sir, Nitin Gadkari, very senior person in your party, what he did and the way he behaved, the way road was. Will you ensure traffic police does not do it again?
Why are you singling out? Why are you singling out Mr. Nitin Gadkari? It is not Mr. Nitin Gadkari.
Because it is the most recent case.
Z+ protocol. I will ask the police. I will ask the police to ensure that while enforcing the Z+ protocol, they should not put people to trouble. They should ensure that roads are not stopped.
Okay, but it was stopped in this case. 4, will you, as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, if I give you evidence that there are VIP lanes in Maharashtra, roads kept aside, will you ensure that those roads are stopped, those roads are opened up?
Sure. Yes.
You will? Okay, I will give you the evidence. And my final question to you, Mr. Fadnavis, will you bring in your own initiative to ensure that the MLAs of Maharashtra, corporators of Maharashtra, that rule is broken? Or you will initiate something to ensure that rule number 11 of the National Highway Fees Rules, 2008, that should be done away with? Because I don't think Mr. Nitin Gadkari would want to do it on his own. When you're saying I'll have to make a recommendation to the centre, Nitin Gadkari is not going to change the rule that the MLAs don't have to pay tax. But don't you believe, personally I'm asking you, don't you believe MLAs and elected representatives need to pay toll tax?
I feel more than that. What we can do, or what I'll try to do, is I will try to make a bigger consensus amongst the MLAs that we should pay the toll tax. Okay. That's not an issue, and I feel that most of them will agree.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Fadnavis, given how deeply entrenched the VVIP mindset is in India, even corporators in Mumbai are now asking that they should be exempted from paying toll at the Bandra-Worli Sea Link. These requests should not be entertained. My last question to you is...
See, Arnav, I don't know. Not just corporators, not just corporators. Just I'm telling you, even the journalists have given me a representation.
Can I say something to you?
They should be exempted from the toll tax.
Okay, so can I say something to you? I speak for myself at least.
Ji.
You should not entertain journalists if they want such exemptions. Journalists also do their job. I believe in a journalism where we take no favors from politicians and we seek no favors, Mr. Fadnavis. Because once you start seeking favors from politicians seek favors back from you. I think you know the journalism that we do. My last question to you, Mr. Fadnavis, is a very serious question. What would you say to that young man yesterday who was being beaten up while your car was moving? You didn't see him, but he was being pushed back. If he is watching the program today, the young Sikh gentleman who was treated like that, what would you say to him?
See, it is not just that gentleman, but I've regretted for entire incidents, and I feel that it's really a sorry state of affair if such a gentleman is pushed behind, just not allowing him to come before me so that I'll take some action. It's really unfortunate, and I assure him that I'll take action.
Well, I think for your sincere attempt at least at answering all my questions, and in the hope that you will take things forward, Mr. Fadnavis, in the way that you promised. Thank you for speaking to me. Thank you, Mr. Fadnavis.
Thank you.